This is our first Bulleit.
This is our first Bulleit. Who owns Bulleit?
Stutzel-Weller.
That's right.
You know this is MGP, don't you?
Everything is MGP. It's like saying, do you know they're owned by Walmart?
All right, let's do this. Ooh, that's interesting.
Malty.
And good evening. Welcome to another exciting edition of Sowing a Bourbon. I'm Glenn. This is Charlie, as always. Charlie, why don't you tell them what we're doing tonight?
Bulleit Rye 12-year.
Ooh. Okay, Bulleit 95 12-year rye. We've never done a Bulleit.
Never done a Bulleit.
Bulleit's major big-time debut on Sowing a Bourbon.
You know what?
They're so excited.
They finally made it.
They finally made it. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere,
That's
baby.
right. But you know, Bulleit has done this a couple of times in their history. They will just randomly release, like, here's a 10-year, and it's affordable, or here's a 12-year, this, that, and the other. Here's barrel proof, and it's always affordably priced. And
honestly, it's a 12-year rye. It may be the most affordable hyper-aged rye on the market. I don't even know of another 12-year-old rye on the market that's actually available nationally.
right.
But the question is it any good?
Where's it from?
MGP.
Shocker.
Yes, bottled by Bulleit, distilled by MGP.
Is it 95.5?
It is 95.5. So Bulleit released a 12-year rye initially in 2021? Is it 2021? Let me look at my notes.
2019.
2019.
Close enough.
Close enough. So that just kind of was discontinued quietly, just kind of went away. And now they've re-released it again here in 2024. Some suspect it's the same stocks that they used before.
That they held back. Or maybe it was younger that they got and they let age.
So here's what I think. So according to some things I've read,
okay,
although this is a 12-year age statement, there could be some 17-year-old barrels mixed in here.
17-year-old MGP.
17-year-old MGP
well, that would be
rye barrels.
So that wouldn't be even MGP. That would probably be some Seagram's barrels.
Could be, but what I'm guessing is maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, that's
maybe
pretty
they
old.
had a lot of
That's
the 17 and not enough of the 12, so I don't know. Who knows?
What's the MSRP on this stupid
MSRP
thing?
about $55-$60
for a 12-year, and proof is 92.
92 proof.
All right, let's talk color.
I'm already nosing. Sorry.
He's nosing. It's pretty light, but 92
light.
proof.
Yeah.
You kind of expect that. All right, we can nose now. I will tell you this, it's not very oily. I mean, it puts a little ring around the glass. Swirls pretty easy.
No, I mean, it clings to the glass. Yeah. It doesn't run down the glass hardly at all.
I'll take back my previous statement. I guess I swirled it again. It does. It's a little oily.
Gosh, always
so quick to judge.
All right, let's nose.
You know what that smells like?
Classic rye.
MGP 95.5.
Absolutely.
There may be... No, you go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm not used to drinking such a low proof
100,
MGP 95.5.
So two things.
Yeah.
You beat me to it. Number one, I was going to say, we may have more experience with 95.5 MGP than any other product. And number two, this would be the lowest proof that we've ever had.
Yeah, I mean, there's absolutely zero ethanol on it.
Very little ethanol. What I thought was ethanol, I think, is really spice. That's kind of tickling my nostril. It's that kind of rye spice.
There's a little bit of that pine, minty nose, but not overwhelming, not off-putting at all.
You're gonna think I'm crazy.
That.
I'm getting a little apple on that.
Yeah, there's some apple.
Like a little,
it's fruity.
Like a Granny Smith apple.
It's definitely
But it's
fruity.
got a lot of spice. All right, let's see what this is about. 12-year.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Now that's interesting.
It is interesting. We can put music in this.
Well-
Drink it again.
Sometimes you just got to sit here and think about something. The finish is almost non-existent. There's oak, but really nothing else.
It's very thin. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the word that I like. That I would use to describe this as thin. It is. I'll go 2 little drinks. Nice little rye spice, tickles the tongue. It's not very sweet at all. It's a very dark. All the flavors mid palate. Not much up front. You get some spice, then you get this kind of very dark kind of pipe tobacco. I'll say oakiness on it on the mid palate, and then it just kind of goes away.
There's some, now I'm starting to get just a little, like a hint of caramel, a hint of chocolate. There's the little bit of pine, a little minty, but nothing, it's like everything's just kind of in the background, just kind of chilling. Everybody's getting along, like nobody's fighting. There's oak, but it's not like overpowering oak.
I've recently turned kind of a corner in my understanding of bourbon. That's right.
Settle in, folks.
Settle in.
Light up a cigar.
This is going to have a wide appeal. And what I mean by that is we are on one end of the far spectrum of barrel proof, don't put any water in it, like punch me in the face, I want to taste it all. Most of America doesn't like that.
Well, point in fact, Bulleit's standard rye is the best-selling rye in the USA.
And that's because it is readily available, it is priced competitively, and it's drinkable. And I think this is no exception. So if you're a Bulleit Rye drinker, this is probably right in your wheelhouse. Now, for $60, would I buy this and have it on the bar? I would say probably not, because I would rather pay more for a 95.5 that was higher in proof, because this is just not in my wheelhouse.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
It's not going to get drink. If this was on my bar, what it would be is mule food. I would use this to make Kentucky mules, which would be great. It'd be great in a Kentucky mule. It'd be great in an old fashioned. But
let me ask you this: would you buy this for $60 to make a mule, or would you, given the choice, buy just the regular Bulleit Rye?
Probably.
Or I don't even know what that sells for. I've never bought it.
Yeah, I don't dislike this product. I understand who it's for, and it's not for me. It was not made for me. And this is the thing about doing 95.5 MGP. You know, when we've had the Beastmasters and all those other source whiskeys that are 136 proof and melt your face and take you on a ride, it's hard to compete with that.
It is, but if you're looking, to get into ryes and you want something that's got some age on it, and you don't want to spend $80 or $200, because I think, first of all, I don't think it really has any competitors in the 12-year sector, except for maybe some smaller releases. You're looking at the 10-year to find its closest competitor, and those are $80 on up to $200. So
I think this is a great bottle, especially if you're if you tend to lean more to that 80-90 proof, and that's what you like. No judgment here. I mean, I'm not judging.
Just by saying no judgment,
I'm not judging you. Other people are, but I think this is a great one to have on your bar, because it is 12 years old, and it should taste different from the stuff that isn't 12 years.
And I'll be honest with you, Charlie.
I hope you will.
Do we really, at least I think you will agree with me, do you really need a 12-year rye?
You know what? That is a great question. So the oldest rye I've ever had, it was a Whistle Pig. It was Canadian rye, and it was 18 years old. And it was very good. It was very different. It was that spruce and pine, just bomb, drinkable, wonderful bottle. But yeah, I think the ryes are better served, at least for us, and we'll speak for us. I like my ryes to be a little spicy. I like them to get in there and mix it up a little bit. I don't want a real smooth rye.
Yeah, ryes tend to age quicker. right? I mean,
That's
we've
the
had
advantage
some
of it.
really good hard truth sweet mash rye,
Yeah.
2-year-old
Yep.
rye, really good.
And 4 to 6 years old is really where it's at. If you want that crazy kind of rye spice to punch it up, I'll go back to what I said. There's a market for this. It will do very well.
Absolutely.
A lot of people are going to love it. It's just not in our wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Now, we'd love for you to find a bottle of this and buy it and tell us what you think. And if you think, Charlie, Glenn, you guys are dumb. It's the best bottle on the market. Write it in the comments and we'll fight you.
Well, yeah, that could happen too.
No, I'm just playing. But it is. It's a great product.
Yeah,
Not for me.
Now, don't get used to it because I believe there's only 8,000 cases released, so kind of a limited release. I don't know what the future plans are for this. I don't know if they plan on distilling their own. I don't know. Maybe MGP said, hey, we've got these barrels. We need to get them out there. Bulleit, take care of it. Who knows? I don't know.
What is long for the bourbon market? Jim Beam.
That's
about it.
Yeah, that's a great
Jim
question.
Beam. Yeah.
Do we want to rate it?
Not really.
No?
I'll give it I'll rate it. I'll give it a 6.
A 6?
It's drinkable.
Okay.
And I'm giving it a 6 because of the price point. At $55 for a 12-year MGP, that's pretty darn affordable for a 12-year age statement. But I really think you're just paying, for me, I'm not paying for flavor.
Yeah.
I'm just paying for that 12. So I give it, you know what? I'm going to lower, 5.5. I'm giving it a 5.5.
I'm going to give it a 5.8.
He was going to say 5.5. He went slightly above me.
Nope, wasn't. I was trying to decide, do I want to give it a 6? Do I want to give it a little bit less than a 6? I was just thinking we just did the Knob Creek 10-year rye, which I felt like it's different. It's not a 95.5. To me, that was more of a bourbon flavored rye, a bourbon drinker rye. That was better, I think, than this.
I think so.
Also, it's
I don't
close.
feel, I will tell you,
super
I will tell you
that
this.
much more expensive.
When we stop filming and we hit the record button and stops, usually we'll kind of chat. We'll be like, oh, what'd you think about that? This one, this, that, and the other. Our off-camera thoughts. We've been sitting and chatting for a while. I don't really feel any sort of way about this.
Yeah, I don't love it. Don't hate it.
Yeah, it's just, it is. It exists. It's great. It's $55 for 12 years. But I think there are, like I said, I would rather either pay more for more, or I would pay less for the same.
Yeah.
So,
all right, Charlie, let's wrap this one up.
Let's
Why
do
don't
it.
you tell people what we would love for them to do?
if you want more hard-hitting MGP 95.5 rye content like this, you have to like and subscribe here in the YouTubes.
Yeah, check us out on Facebook, So Into Bourbon, Instagram as well, Whiskey Realtor on TikTok. And as always, keep those wallets loose.
And your bungholes tight. Good night, everybody.
Peace out.
Bulleit Rye. Rye not.
And oh my gosh.
I don't know if I want to do this anymore.
My bad.
Hey, I didn't say you. Mic check.
Testing. Ha ha ha.
Do your best Seth Rogen laugh.
I hate Seth Rogen.
Well, who doesn't?
I don't know how he laughs.
I'm gonna ruin a nice moment.
Don't push me because
Nope.
I'm close to the edge.
No.
No?
Here we go.
Okay, let's go.
Bulleit.
2, 1.